Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's homework how-to. I'm trying to get this done a little bit early. One, so that you have this video in case it's useful to you, and two, so that I can just focus on grading this weekend. I have a lot of it to do. All right, so here's the list of homework. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over the second and third assignments, mainly because there are the other homework how-to videos that go over how to do the annotations and how to do the debriefing sheets. So you should be pretty good at this point. And if not, you can check out those videos. You're reading Act 2, Scene 3, Act 3, Scene 1. You should have an annotation per page. You should define 5 words in the reading for each scene. You should know this at this point. And then you're completing your final debriefing sheet for both Act 2, Scene 3 and Act 3, Scene 1. Make sure you identify the author's purpose in each scene. Make sure you identify 3 choices that the author makes to accomplish her purpose. The author is Lorraine Hansberry. And then identify 3 issues of power for race, 3 issues of power for class, and 3 issues of power for gender. That's 9 total. What I will focus on today is the assignment that I've given you for over the weekend, which is new, which is brainstorming some ideas for your A Raisin in the Sun essay. So I'm going to go over to Google Classroom right now so I can take a look at the different prompts for the essay. So that's here under midterm essay, but we're just going to go to the brainstorm because I'm pretty sure I shared the prompts here as well. So these are the prompts. They're going to load on my screen eventually, I promise. In addition to these prompts, I'm also going to open up a new document to sort of show you some of the ways in which you could go about your brainstorm. Like I said, you have a lot of options available. You could just make a list of ideas you have. You could do a free write of some ideas you have. You could record yourself speaking about your ideas, sort of like I'm doing now. I'm doing all 3. I'm recording myself. I'm making a list. I'm brainstorming ideas for you. But any of those work in terms of what you can do to get credit for this assignment. So you're going to take a look at the prompts, read through them. That's always a good idea. Pick out the one that sort of interests you the most. So you can do an essay analyzing the play using one or more of our theoretical lenses, race, class, or gender. You could do an essay sort of looking at the historical context for different events in the play and sort of analyzing the play based on the historical context. Or you could do a media-focused essay where you analyze and compare the film versions of the play to the play itself. So those are some of the options. I think I forgot the character analysis where you discuss a character in depth. I'm just going to show you quickly what a potential brainstorm might look like for some of these different prompts. So let's say that I want to write an essay about race and gender, or let's say I want to write an essay about, Travis's role in the play. Maybe that's the character I want to focus on. And let's say that I also maybe am considering writing an essay on new historicism. So I want to do that thing we talked about in class, sort of comparing what Ascai has to say at the end of the play to the NSARS movement occurring today. Okay, so those are 3 potential routes I could go in. If I wanted to do race and gender, if I'm brainstorming ideas for this, maybe I'm considering, Beneatha's character and how she's impacted by both being a woman and Black. But maybe I'm thinking about Beneatha's character, and that's true for Beneatha, and the same is also true for Mama and Ruth. But maybe what I want to argue is that because Beneatha is more of a modern woman than the other 2, she faces conflicts they do not. And I'm thinking about whether or not that's true. This is a brainstorm, right? So I'm just getting ideas onto the paper. They don't have to be true. They just have to be the ideas that I'm coming up with. And then I'm thinking, but maybe Ruth is kind of modern too, um, right? She's willing to consider getting an abortion. Okay, so maybe my essay is potentially maybe I want to compare Mama, Ruth, and Benitha, uh, how they are each impacted by their race and gender. So maybe that's my brainstorm, and that's sort of the direction I want to go into for my essay. Simple enough. All right, so that's how you might sort of go about brainstorming ideas for one of the critical lenses. Think about what the topic you want to talk about is. Think about how it's connecting to race or class or gender, and then try to refine your ideas. Try to get them sort of whittled down until you have something focused that you have to say about the play. All right, so that's race, gender, one of the critical lenses. Let's say instead I want to do a character analysis. So the question I want to think about it here is why is Travis interesting to me? And many of you sort of share comments on this in our Socratic seminar or discussion in class today. But Travis is the youngest member of the younger family. Many of the family's dreams rest on him, right? Mama wants him to own their house one day. Walter wants him to be super successful. Ruth wants him to be like his father sometimes, and then sometimes doesn't want him to be that way. So he's caught in the middle of the family dynamic. And if I wanted to use an interesting piece of evidence here, like he's literally in the middle of the scene when Walter has to sort of make that big decision with Mr. Lindner. Capitalize big decision because it's a big decision. So maybe for my essay, maybe I want to Travis's crucial role in the younger family. Like he's a minor character. We don't really know as much about him, but he still plays a big role. And maybe that's what I would like to explore in my essay. So that's another approach, the character analysis. And if I wanted to connect this to like the idea of the American dream, I might connect like, the family's visions of the American dream are tied to Travis. Maybe that's my claim. That's an idea. All right, so new historicism now. If I'm thinking about connections, I mentioned the Assegai thing. So Assegai is living through Nigeria's struggle for independence. Maybe my essay is just I want to know how the historical context might be influencing some of Asagai's ideas. So Assegai says this comment about assimilationism or assimilation in the United States and how popular it is. So assimilation, where does Assegai get these ideas from? What's going on in Nigeria during this time period? And maybe what I want my essay to be about is how might the historical context influence how because I'm thinking about the author's choices, how Lorraine Hansberry wrote or maybe formed Asagai's character, thought up Asagai's character. And that's my brainstorm. So I just did 3 separate brainstorms, I think in less than 10 minutes. They're just a way to get your ideas down a piece of paper. So I could start to take any of these now and try to come up with my thesis for my essay, which is the work that we're going to do in class on Monday. You don't need to do 3 of these. You just need to do one, pick any of the prompts, and sort of explore what you're interested in relationship to the prompt, or develop your own idea for a prompt and then brainstorm some ideas. That is the homework. You have till Monday to do it. Good luck. I believe you have this in the proverbial bag. And yeah, I will see you on Monday. Remember, a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done. 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 It is done. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. I'm going to write this out.